Most people celebrate the resurrection, but do they know what actually happened? If Jesus didn't rise from the dead, my faith, your faith would be empty. But he did rise from the dead, and that changes everything. Today, we're not just talking about an event, we're talking about a victory that rewrote your identity. You guys ready? Let's kick it. Hi, guys. Welcome back to Kicking It with Lily. If you're new, welcome. On this channel, we don't just talk about religion, but we talk about kingdom. On this channel, we honestly talk about God, walk through His Word together so that we can grow, renew our minds, and live our faith in everyday life. If that sounds like something you're looking for, like and subscribe so the algorithm will know that you like the content that you receive when you come here. All right, let's get into it. First things first, without the resurrection, we have no faith. Let me say this plainly. Our faith does not just stand on the cross alone, but it stands on an empty tomb because the cross was the sacrifice, but the resurrection was the proof. 1 Corinthians 15 and 14, Paul tells us that without the resurrection, their preaching is useless, and so is our faith. That means that everything we believe hinges on this one moment. If Jesus stayed in the grave, he's just another man. But if he got up, he is exactly who he said he was, the Son of the living God. The resurrection for us proves that Jesus is King. This is where people miss it. The resurrection isn't about coming back to life, but it's about a declaration of authority. Romans 1 and 4 tells us that he was declared to be the Son of God with power by the resurrection. The resurrection is heaven saying, "This is your king." Not just a teacher. Yes, he was a teacher, but not just a teacher. Not just a prophet. Yes, he was a prophet, but not that alone. He is the king of the kingdom of heaven. And if he is king, his words are not just mere suggestions, but his word is law. When Jesus rose, something spiritual happened that most people don't see. Death lost its power. Corinthians 15 and 55 says, "O death, where is your victory?" The resurrection means sin no longer has dominion. Death is no longer final, and the enemy is no longer in control. This wasn't just Jesus getting up, but this was Jesus winning. And the awesome thing about this is that he didn't raise by himself, but you and I, we were raised with him. This is where it becomes personal. The resurrection is not just about what happened to Jesus, but it's about what happened to you and I. Romans 6 and 4 tells us, just as Christ raised, we too can have a new life. When you go down with Christ and you raise back up, you are no longer the same person anymore. Old mindset, dead. Old identity, buried. New life, activated. You're not trying to become new. This is what religion tells us. But you are new. When you were raised with Christ, you were raised in newness of life. Another thing Jesus did by the resurrection is make the kingdom accessible to you and I. The resurrection didn't just save us, but it restored our access to the kingdom. The kingdom that was lost through Adam was restored through Jesus. So now you're not just a believer, but you are a citizen to the kingdom of heaven. And citizens don't attend church, they are the church, and they live under the authority of the king. Imagine a courtroom and you're standing there guilty. The sentence is death. Then someone steps in and takes your place. But here's the twist. 3 days later, the one who paid your sentence walks back into the courtroom 3 days later, alive. What does that mean? The payment worked. The case is closed, and you and I are free. So the question isn't, did Jesus rise? The real question is, are you living like he did? Because if he got up, you and I, we are not called to stay the same. So, guys, if this message hit you in any type of way, drop "He is risen" in the comments. And if you're ready to walk in this new life that we have through the resurrection of Jesus Christ, make sure to like and subscribe so that we can grow together. Let's kick it. Talk to you guys later. Be blessed and have an awesome, awesome Resurrection Sunday.